Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to make custard. I bake my breakfast in the morning before on a day off before I have to go to work, and then in the morning I just grab out my little cup of breakfast, heat it up in the microwave, and off to work I go. So today I'm going to be making custard and show you how to do that. So first of all, I've got a bowl here that has 4 eggs in it. So you need 4 eggs. You're going to need 1 can of 12 ounces of evaporated milk. You're going to need 1 cup of water, a half a cup of sugar, about a teaspoon of cinnamon, and maybe half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Also, you will need a couple teaspoons of vanilla. And that's about it. If you want to put salt in it, you can use about half a teaspoon of salt, but I don't put salt in mine. So we're going to beat up the 4 eggs here. That, and I'm going to drizzle in about a teaspoon or 2 because I like vanilla. So I'm just going to drizzle in a little bit of vanilla here. That's good. I'm going to set my oven for 350. I have a half a cup of measuring cup here. I'm going to put just under half a cup of sugar because I want room to add my spices. This is just under half a cup. You can put the full half cup in if you want to, but I like to have mine just not quite so sweet. And then cinnamon, I'm going to shake in about a teaspoon of cinnamon in my sugar. About like that. And this is my nutmeg. I'm going to put maybe half a teaspoon or more of nutmeg in there. I like a lot of flavor in my custard. Now the reason why I put the spices in with my sugar is because the cinnamon and the nutmeg are fine powders, cinnamon being more fine than cinnamon, or cinnamon being more fine than nutmeg, excuse me. But the granules of the sugar are very coarse, and if I put the cinnamon and nutmeg in separately, then I end up with all these little clumps of cinnamon and nutmeg. But if I kind of stir it in with my cinnamon, then the granules of the sugar breaks the cinnamon and nutmeg up into a finer powder, and you don't end up with so many of the little clumps. You can see how fine that is because the sugar, the coarse sugar, kind of grinds it up and separates the cinnamon granules and the nutmeg granules. And I do it over my bowl because it's going to make a mess and spill out all over the place. I'm going to put some in there to get it out of the way. Okay, good. I'm finding a few more in here. I'm just going to dump that in there. And I'm going to stir this into the eggs. Excuse me. Cinnamon powder. I'm going to take my can of evaporated milk and I'm going to shake it. It says shake well on the can, so why not, right? And I'm going to use my little can opener here, and I'm going to cut 2 holes in the can, and I'm going to pour this in my egg mixture. Now I'm going to take my 1 cup of water, and I'm going to add that to the egg mixture. Get this combined, stirred up really, really good. It looks like that. You can see that. I'm still on my laptop. I did get a camera to kind of get better camera coverage, but I'm still trying to figure out how to use it. So, plus I think I need a clip-on microphone for it because the sound really doesn't come out very well. It was a cheap camera, but I'm trying. Okay. So now I have these are 2-cup Pyrex, and these are actually Anchor brand, but I have some Pyrex ones too, and they're 2 cups. I use these for my custard dishes because you bake in them, and then they have the plastic lids that you put on them once it's cool. You store them in the refrigerator, and they work really, really good. And I'm just going to line all of these up. All these up here like that. One more mix. I just want to make sure it's all mixed in really good. And I'm going to take my half measuring cup that I had my sugar and stuff in, and I'm going to evenly put it in each one. And because I have 4 here, it's going to take a little over a cup for each bowl. But I just kind of go back and forth and measure it into each bowl to start with, 2 scoops per bowl. Now you can eat this custard either warm or cold. I preferred mine warm. So in the morning when I get up for work, I just grab one of these and I put it in the microwave for about 1 minute and 30 seconds, and it's warm enough for me. And I might have this with an English muffin or maybe a piece of toast. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put these little containers in a pan here. This is a 9 by 13 baking pan. And they fit pretty good. And then I have another measuring cup here. This holds about 4 cups of water. And I'm going to pour this water in the pan, not in my custard, just in the pan, to bake them in a water bath. Like that. And then I'm going to put these in the oven for about 35 to 40 minutes until they are baked. All right, and that's about all there is to making custard. So I'll come back in about 35 to 40 minutes to show you what it looks like when it's done baking. Stay tuned. All right, it's been about 40 minutes. Let's check this custard out. Here so I can bring it closer so you guys can see. what it looks like. We're going to check it with the toothpick. If the toothpick comes out clean, that means it's done. And it's pretty clean. So this is done. So now what I do is I just let them sit here in the hot water and let them cool until I can touch the glasses without burning my hands. And then I just dry the underside, get the water off of them, and I let them sit here on the counter until they cool off. And then I put the lids on and I store them in the refrigerator. And they can store in the fridge for up to 7 days. And this is what I have sometimes in the morning before work. I just take one out of the fridge, put it in the microwave for about 1 minute and 30 seconds, and it's warmed up and ready to go. And you can also eat this cold as well. So if you don't want it warm, you can just take it out of the fridge and eat it cold. Either way, it's great. Good for breakfast, good with a piece of toast and a cup of tea, and you've got a small breakfast. So thanks for tuning in to my channel to watch how I make custard. And please like and share and subscribe to my videos if you haven't already subscribed to my channel. And I will see you next time here on Survive with What You Know.